Engineering College, Hyderabad. In last class, we discussed about this CB configurations and its input and output characteristics. Today we are going to be discuss about CE configuration. CE mean common emitter configuration. In common emitter configuration, common is common for the collector and base. The common is going to become grounded. It is going to be common to the base as well as common to the collector. Here in PNP transistor also, emitter is connected to the ground. How to be observed? The current directions of NPN transistor and PNP transistor when they are configured like a CE. Let me consider it is IB. Of the NPN transistor, it is entering into the base terminal. IC is entering into the collector terminal. IE, it is coming out from the emitter terminal. Whereas in the PNP transistor, IB is coming out from the base and IC which is coming out from the collector, but IE is going to be entering into the emitter. That is the difference between NPN and PNP transistor. Now we have to understand currents and voltage of common emitter configuration. Here VCE, it is the voltage which is going to be measuring between the collector to emitter terminal. As you say that when emitter is grounded, it means the VCE is voltage between the collector to ground, that you can be call it as the output voltage. But VCC is not equal to the VCE. If there is existence of the IC, VC is not equal to the VCC. Sometimes there is no IC, you can write it is VC is equal to VCC itself. These two conditions you should remember. VCB is a collector to base voltage, meaning that one collector to base. Collector is positive, base is negative, something like that. VBE, base to emitter voltage. Here base is positive, emitter is negative, something like that. And how to know the current relationship between collector and base? Because collector is the output current, IB is the input current. Output current by input current is called the beta for CE configuration. This beta, it is almost the typical values varies between the 20 to 20 numerically to 500. You know that when IE is equal to IB plus IC. You can also write this one, IB is equal to IE minus IC. You can divide numerator denominator by IE. So you can have beta is equal to IC divided by IE divided by 1 minus IC divided by IE. Then you know that one IC divided by IE. As per the current relations of the CB configuration, output current is IC, but input current is IE in CB configuration. So the current relationship of the CB configuration is named like a alpha. So you just to replace IC divided by IE with alpha. Then beta is equal alpha divided by 1 minus alpha. You can also write like this, beta in terms of the alpha divided by 1 minus alpha. You can also write this beta alpha in terms of the beta. Alpha is equal beta divided by 1 plus beta. Just you have to be use this one. You just cross multiply this one, then you can have the relationship corresponding to the alpha. You know IC is equal to alpha divided by 1 minus alpha IB plus 1 minus plus 1 divided by 1 minus alpha ICBO. What is the ICBO? ICBO is a collector to base leakage current. When the collector to base is in the reversed bias, you might have the some current, though you are not applying the any voltage any voltage between the emitter to base, then you can understand according to this one, 1 by 1 minus alpha is equal to 1 plus beta. Then IC you can be right in turn beta, IC is equal to beta IB plus ICEO. This one is ICBO, it is corresponding to the common base. ICEO, it is corresponding to the common emitter. It is a collector to emitter leakage current when base is open. But ICBO is a collector to base current when emitter is open according to the CB configuration. Then you know that one relationship between the ICBO and ICEO. You know that one according to the CB, IC is equal alpha divided by 1 minus alpha IB plus 1 divided by 1 minus alpha ICBO. You can also write this one, IC is equal beta IB plus 1 plus beta ICBO. Because 1 by 1 minus alpha is equal 1 plus beta, just I replaced. Alpha divided by 1 minus alpha, it is beta. Then for the CE configuration, IC is equal to beta IB plus ICEO. You should remember IC is EO is nothing but leakage current, collector to emitter leakage current when the base is open. Because base to emitter you are applying the input, there is no input if it is having, even though if some current is passing from the collector to emitter, that current you can be call it as the leakage current or ICEO. And comparing equation 1 and 2, you could understand ICEO is equal 1 plus beta of ICBO. And you can also write this ICEO is equal 1 divided by 1 minus alpha ICBO. Input characteristics of the CE configuration. Input characteristics mean we have to draw the relation between the IB as well as the VBE. IB is nothing but input current. VBE is nothing but the base to emitter voltage. It will act like an input for the CE configuration. And by keeping the VCE is constant, you have to be observed and how the IB is going to be changed by varying the input voltage VBE. So for this you want to plot the graph. Over the x-axis you are keeping that VBE. Over the y-axis you are keeping that IB. IB in terms of the microamps. VBE in terms of the voltage. At the time you have to be keep the VCE is constant. But VC you have to be constant. Also you should be understand whether is there any effect over the base current by changing the VCE. You can observe. Yeah, just you have to be observed. When you keep that one, VC is 5 volts. VCE is a 5 volts. Collector to emitter voltage is 5 volts. When it is reversed bias, VC itself it is the VCC. You should be understand. You should be understand VCE is equal 5 volts mean it is a VCC itself. Just you have to be observed. Here VCE it's nothing but VCC only. It is a 5 volts. When VC is higher mean VCC is higher. When VC is lower mean VCC is lower. When there is no IC, if IC is equal to 0, if it is in reversed bias, okay, because VCU you are making to have this one, the collector to base junction is a reversed bias. You see, it is a curve between the IB and input voltage VB, while you are keeping that one constant collector emitter voltage. You should be observed this one. Here up to this point it is having the 0 current, but when it is crossing this VB is more than this 0.5 or 0.7, the diode will become forward bias corresponding to the emitter to base junction. Then it conducts more. Then VCE when you change this, when it conducts more, so that one you can have the base current like this. Up to this point there is no base current, is very slightly it is varying the base current, though you are changing the input voltage, the current is not going to be rising like afterwards. This is due to up to this voltage the corresponding junction diode which is in the reverse bias, now it is trying to get into the forward bias. In this action it is going to be having the current conduction will become slowly increases. Once it crosses that input base to emitter voltage more than the 0.5 volts or 0.7 volts, okay, drastically the current conduction of the corresponding diode will become rapidly increases. And you should be observed the ratio between the change of base to emitter voltage and change of IB, that is the base current, should be observed. Delta VB, it is the smallest change of the uh, base to emitter voltage and change of the IB current. It is going to be giving the relation between this delta VBE divided by delta IB while you are keeping VC is constant. That is called the dynamic input resistance. Okay, dynamic input resistance. And you should observe VCE is 5 volts, VCE is 20 volts. What is the difference between that? VC is 5 volts, VC is 20 volts. VC is 5 volts mean it is having the dropping between the collector to emitter voltage is 5 volts. VCE is 20 volts mean having the collector to emitter dropping voltage is 20 volts. When it is VC is more means it is lead to having the not conducting the transistor. It takes more time to having these higher currents. Just to observe here, at VC is 5 volts mean compared to VC 20 volts, VC 5 volts mean it is conducting. So it is having early conducting current. But when you say that when VC is 20 volts, it is having the current even, but it's not early. It takes some time. You see this one, it started. You see this one, you see this one. For this point, just to observe here at what point it is having the current, here it is maybe around the 0.8 volts of the VBE, you can have the 40 microamps of current. But at 0.9 VBE, what is the current corresponding to the VC is 20? It is only 15 microamps. The current conduction will become slow when VC will become more. Why? Because VC will become more mean collector to emitter to collector to base junction will become more reversed bias. Output characteristics. We have to draw the graph between the collector to emitter voltage and collector current while keeping IB is constant. When you keeping that IB is constant, by keeping the VB is constant, you have to be make to give the some required amount of the external power supply as the base to emitter voltage, and how to be fix that one, what is the amount of IB current need to be by having that one forward bias of the junction corresponding to the base to emitter. Like that you have to be make it to fix, and at the same time you have to be vary the collector to emitter voltage. Here you should be observe this is the region. Yeah, this one is the region. In this region, what happened? IB is equal to 0 microamps. It means there is no conduction of the diode which was formed between the base to emitter. If there is no conduction, already the junction which was forming between the collector to base is already in the reversed bias. Now base to emitter junction diode is also in reversed bias. That region you can be called it as a cutoff region. Then why do you get the current? This current is due to the leakage. This current is due to the leakage. You should be understand. At this point, you can have the some current even. Let me consider 20 milliamps, something like that, or 10 milliamps, something like that. How do you get this current? Even if you have this one, IB is equal to 0 microamps. Because of it is having the leakage current. Due to the leakage current, that you can be called it as a ICEO. That ICEO is going to be existing though the two junctions are working in the reversed bias corresponding to the base to emitter as well as the collector to base even. When you are changing this IB, when you are increasing this IB, okay, here collector current is also going to be increases. Going to be increases. You see? But change of current is microamps at the base terminal. But change of the current at collector is milliamps. Microamps are much lesser than the milliamps. Smallest change of the IB current will be impact over the conduction of transistor will become more. So you can have the more amount of current passing through the transistor. That is in terms of the collector current. That you can be called it as a amplification basically. As I say that one according to the relation between this one, beta is equal IC divided by IB. IC is nothing but beta into IB. How much is the beta? It is varies between the 20 to 500 multiplied with 20 of IB, 500 of IB. Then you can have the IC is going to be derived. Then you should be understand this is the active region. In active region, you should be understand the diode is going to become forward bias in between the base to emitter. At the same time, collector to base, the diode which is in the reversed bias. That is called the active region. Okay, just you have to be observe the change of the delta IB is 20 microamps, but it is 20 milliamps, much larger. Then saturation region. In the saturation region, what happened? Both the junction diodes are going to become forward bias. Both the junction diodes mean you have to be observed here. VCE is very small when both junctions are in forward bias. VCE mean collector to emitter voltage. There is existence of the maximum current through the collector terminal. So you should be understand the relation. Here VC is nothing but VCC minus ICRC. RC was constant but IC is variable, depends upon the IB only. Depends upon the IB only. When you have this one, VB is very larger and collector to emitter voltage, when it is very larger, then you should be understand collector to emitter collector to ground voltage is very larger. Corresponding to that one, collector to emitter voltage will become very small. Why? Because collector to base voltage, if you keep that one, it is very larger, then what happen? The depletion layer is going to be injecting more to the lower doping area. Among the three regions of the construction view of the transistor, base, emitter, collector, base having the lower doping level. So the depletion layer which is forming diode between the base and collector is going to be extending towards the base compared to the collector. So the effective area of the base terminal will become reduced. When the effective area of the base layer is becoming reduced, then what happens? Recombination of the electrons and volts at the base is become very less. So IB will become very less. So that what happens? So more number of electrons are going to move to the collector. Why the more number of electrons are going to be moved to the collector? Collector terminal was connected with the positive terminal of the DC power supply. Positive terminal having the positive polarity, electrons having the negative polarity, both are going to be attract. So that more amount of electrons are moving to the collector area due to having positive power supply from the external source. Beta DC is equal IC divided by IB. This is also known as a DC beta. It is simple, nothing is there. Just you are taking the instantaneous current over the collector terminal and instantaneous current over the base terminal. That you can be called it as a DC current. When you take this one, the average change of the current over the collector terminal and base terminal, while keeping that change of the collector to emitter voltage is equal to 0, means you are keeping that one VC is equal to 0, then you can be say that one it is a beta AC. Now you can be say that one what is a output resistance, dynamic output resistance or AC output resistance, you can also say. It is delta VCE divided by delta ICE according to the Ohm's law. R is equal V by I, while keeping IB is constant over R, delta IB is constant. We have to be know about typical NPN transistor junction voltages at 25 degrees Celsius. Why should I mention that one 25 degrees Celsius? It is having the semiconductor materials having its property is going to be vary with the temperature. These values are giving according to the standard at the 25 degrees Celsius only. How to get some doubt, sir? When you have these values, is that value is not retained for the another temperature? Obviously, it is not going to be retained. It might be another value. Here we have the two types of semiconductor materials are there, silicon as well as germanium. For the silicon, VCE saturation, collector to emitter voltage saturation is equal to the 0.2. For germanium, 0.1. VBE saturation, 0.8 for silicon, 0.3 for germanium. VBE active, 0.7 for silicon, 0.2 for germanium. VBE cut-in, 0.5 for the silicon, for germanium 0.1. VBE cutoff 0 for germanium minus 0.1. This is a relation already we discussed in the last slide. We know that one beta DC is equal to IC divided by IB. Alpha DC is equal to IC divided by IA. We have the relation between collector current as well as the base current, that is I is equal to IC plus IB. You can also write like this, IB is equal to IE minus IC. For beta DC, just to replace IB with IE minus IC, so you can have the beta DC is IC divided by IE minus IC. Then divide numerator denominator with IE. So you can have this one beta DC is equal to alpha DC divided by 1 minus alpha DC. Then alpha DC you can also write like this, IC minus IE. Dividing RHS and LHS by 1 plus beta DC, we get beta DC divided by 1 plus beta DC is equal alpha DC divided by 1 minus alpha DC divided by 1 plus beta DC. Then you can understand beta DC is equal alpha DC divided by 1 minus alpha DC. Just you have to be replace that one. Beta DC divided by 1 plus beta DC is equal to alpha DC divided by 1 minus alpha DC divided by 1 plus alpha DC divided by 1 minus alpha DC. So then beta DC divided by 1 plus beta DC is equal alpha DC divided by 1 minus alpha DC divided by 1 minus alpha DC plus alpha DC divided by 1 minus alpha DC. Cancelling common denominator terms, then we'll get finally alpha DC is equal beta DC divided by 1 plus beta DC. What is the alpha DC? It is a current amplification factor of the CB configuration. What is the beta DC? It is the DC current amplification factor of the common emitter configuration. Thank you everyone. This is the class corresponding to the